Hi, this is Alex from devstories.eu. OpenAI Agents SDK, Episode 4 of 18. Passing 100 tools to a language model destroys performance and burns your token budget before a single action is taken. You cannot stuff every enterprise API schema into the initial context window and expect good reasoning. The solution to this is scaling tool surfaces with hosted tool search. Before we look at scaling, we need to define hosted tools. Hosted tools execute natively on OpenAI infrastructure rather than running on your local machine. Built-in examples include the web search tool and the file search tool. You do not write the execution logic, manage the web crawler, or build the file chunking mechanism for these. You attach them to your agent, and the OpenAI backend handles the actual work. But the concept of hosted tools extends to how the model discovers your own custom tools when you have too many of them. Consider a customer relationship management agent. You might have 50 distinct tools for checking order status, pulling billing history, updating shipping addresses, and retrieving support logs. If you pass all 50 schemas up front, you overwhelm the model and waste input tokens. Many developers think they need to solve this by building a client-side retrieval step. They assume they must intercept the user prompt, search a local vector database for relevant tool schemas, and dynamically inject them into the prompt before calling the language model. You do not need to do that. Hosted tool search happens natively on OpenAI servers using the Responses API. The model itself is capable of searching the available tool surface without your client code acting as the middleman. You achieve this using two parameters: tool namespace and defer loading. When you register your CRM tools, you group related functions by assigning them to a shared namespace. For instance, you could place all your customer profile tools into a namespace called customer account. Then you set the defer loading parameter to true for those tools. This is the part that matters. When defer loading is active, the agent does not send the individual tool schemas to the language model at the start of the conversation. Instead, it sends a single lightweight schema that represents the customer account namespace itself. The model is made aware that this namespace exists and knows how to query it if needed. When the user asks to look up a specific customer ID, the model realizes it needs more information. It executes a search natively against the customer account namespace. OpenAI servers find the relevant billing or support tool, load only that specific tool schema into the model context, and then the model executes the tool call. This completely decouples the size of your tool library from your upfront token cost. You could attach hundreds of tools to a single agent, and the initial prompt remains tiny. The model only incurs the token price for the specific tool schemas it actively decides to pull in at runtime. By deferring the load, you are trading a massive static context burden for a dynamic, precise retrieval mechanism. That is your lot for this one. Catch you next time.